Welcome to Dark Dimensions, where we delve into the darkest corners of human nature and explore the true crime stories that shock and horrify. Today, we're going to be discussing one of the most notorious serial killers in recent history, Dr. Harold Shipman. A respected family physician in the small town of Hyde, Cheshire, Dr. Shipman was trusted and admired by his patients and peers. However, behind this facade of a caring physician, lay a sinister secret that would shock the community to its core. It all began in the late 1990s, when an undertaker in the town began to notice something strange. He was seeing an unusual number of deaths among Dr. Shipman's patients, and it made him suspicious. He reported his concerns to the authorities, but an initial investigation cleared Dr. Shipman of any wrongdoing. But as the years went by, the number of deaths continued to rise, and the undertaker's suspicions only grew stronger. Meanwhile, the townspeople had begun to notice something strange as well. They started to see that their loved ones were dying in alarming numbers, and whispers of suspicion and unease began to spread throughout the community. As the news of suspicion tightened around Dr. Shipman, he grew more desperate, and more dangerous. It wasn't until he was caught altering the will of an elderly patient, making him the beneficiary of her £386,000 estate, that the true extent of his crimes was finally revealed. The police reopened their investigation and discovered that Dr. Shipman had been systematically killing his patients for years. He had been using his position of trust to gain access to vulnerable people and then administering deadly injections of diamorphine, a powerful opioid. The police discovered that he had killed at least 218 of his patients, but many believe the number over his career may have been 355. The vast majority of his victims were elderly women, but his youngest victim was a man aged only 41. The way he was able to get away with it for so long was by signing the death certificates himself and the reluctance of officials to believe a family doctor could be a serial killer. When the evidence against him was presented in court, it became clear that Dr. Shipman was a cold, calculating murderer who had preyed on the most vulnerable members of the community. The trial was a sensation and the community was left reeling in shock and horror at the revelation that the man they had trusted with their lives was a killer in their midst. Dr. Shipman was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison. But even in the face of justice, his evil deeds left a dark stain on the town of Hyde, and the memories of his victims would haunt the community for years to come. The case was a shock for the entire nation, as it raised questions about the integrity of the medical profession and the trust that patients put on their doctors. The story of Dr. Harold Shipman is a chilling reminder of the dangers of blindly trusting those in positions of power, and of the importance of always being vigilant and questioning the actions of those around us. It serves as a stark warning that even the most trusted members of society can hide a dark and sinister side, and the importance of putting in place systems of checks and balances to prevent such tragedies from happening again. Thank you for watching our latest video on YouTube. Your support is greatly appreciated and helps us continue to create valuable content for you. If you enjoyed the video, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to our channel for more updates and content in the future. Thank you again for your support.